Buenos dias, amigos. For the premium subscribers, if you just watched the Showdown show with Big T and JSU, it was another good one. So let's go try and win some money tonight. I'm Enrico Palazzo. I watched that movie last night. That was absolutely wonderful. My best friend's in town, and watched a little Enrico Palazzo. And I must say, it's one of the better baseball movies out there. And I don't know why it doesn't get talked about more. JT Hayes, wonderful to see you. I'm sure you were just tapping it last night. What's going on today?
It was a really good night last night. I went to a concert with my wife. She enjoyed the concert very much. And, it was a little wild when we got home, but, we went to see Dierks Bentley, and, he puts on a great show. He's a great premix there. Let's put it that way. So we got home. It was a nice night, and she went to brunch so I could talk about it. And here we are.
Well, I say it because you're glowing today. It's a little different than normal. You're actually glowing. You have a smile on your face. You're in a good mood. You're not telling anybody to F off or calling them C's or anything like that. You're just in a good mood, and it's nice to see.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Look at that smile.
Who wouldn't be in a good mood? Look at this. I haven't seen Big T in the same show in at least since the beginning of NBA season.
Wow.
That's hurtful, but not today because I'm excited about it.
Tony, how did we upgrade to you today? How did that happen?
Yeah, I've been trying to do a show with JT Hayes for like 6 months now, but my boss, JSU, never freaking gets it done on the schedule. So I had to come in on a damn Sunday after an NBA show to do a show with him and find some winners. In baseball, I've been dying to do one with him because baseball's been freaking incredible this year. Hopefully JT's been crushing too, because I've been talking a lot of trash. So I hope he's been on the crush train with me. But again, yesterday, stack up the great American small park, go collect your money.
That's simple. Let's just do it again. Very simple.
I didn't say that was for sure the plan yet today.
Oh, okay.
We got to get things together still here. But yesterday it was the plan.
Yeah, he just lets the numbers marinate. He'll give us a couple platoons, a team. It's easy. Just go cash. Just go to the window. JT Hayes, it's that simple, man.
It's been outrageous this year. Has it been that way for you too, JT, where it's just like it feels more consistent than usual?
With identifying the right teams, yeah, for the most part. But I haven't yet had the type of success that you've had this week. So we got to get there.
We're going to get there today. You're shipping today.
All right.
There's no way we don't ship today, Holden.
I'm fine with that. Good. Let's ship.
No way.
All right. Everybody, listen. There's no way we don't ship today. It's your RPS guarantee. For that, we're not going to ship unless you get to 250 likes. Or you're not going to ship.
They get a free show again next Sunday if we don't ship. It's money back guaranteed.
Well, this show's always free.
No shit.
Yeah.
Thanks for ruining my joke.
It's not a good one. What am I supposed to do?
Not a good one.
What do you want me to do? You got to explain it, huh? All right, let's get the likes to 250 today. We got the big dog in here with Big T, and then also you might as well subscribe to our YouTube channel, which I think we're getting closer and closer we're over 9,000 subscribers, guys. We're getting close to Hoops Big Day. So congratulations.
9,000 for like 10 days, and you just now realized.
No, we were at 8,000 for like 6 years.
We were?
Yep.
Then 10 days ago, we jumped above it, and you noticed.
I guess I didn't check it for a little while, but I'm glad. Congratulations. A belated congratulations to everybody here at RPS, including our producer, Simon, who harps the importance of subscribing to this channel. Again, if you want to ship today, do that. If you don't, you're going to lose. So anyways, JT Hayes, hello. Let's get into the pitching today. I'm more interested in who I'm targeting with my pitching than anything else, but we got our guy, Gosman, up there up top, 10-2 DK. Lauer, Gallen's in a nice spot against Pittsburgh. Framber's on the mound. What do you want to do here at pitching? Just go through the whole card, man. There's a lot of good options today.
Yeah, you started to top Gosman, a little bit of a, I guess, regression performance last time out against the White Sox. Looks like teams are starting to lay off of his split finger a little more. It's the only thing I really have any concern about here. Price is a little bit up, but the matchup is a decent one against the Twins. You go a little bit below him, and you've got Eric Lauer in a matchup against the Padres. Padres striking out 26% of the time against left-handed pitchers over the last couple of weeks. And I want to talk about Lucas Giolito because, Gio is in a matchup that has just been outstanding for right-handed pitching lately in Tampa Bay. Gio has not been very good. He's been giving up a lot of hard hits. We talked about that last week before his start against Toronto. But I can see with this game and the way these totals line up that this could be a nice bounce back spot for Giolito. I think he's going to be about 30% owned. That doesn't really bother me all that much. Zach Gallen in a matchup against the Pirates, a matchup that Zach Davies dominated yesterday. So Gallen has been really, really good. And then from there, it gets just a little bit spread out on who you want to take chances on. Patrick Sandoval for the Angels has been really good this season, but the Phillies have been really good lately against left-handed pitching. Braxton Garrett is one guy I'll mention. Taking them out for Miami. He's a talented prospect for them. Just 6'2" on DraftKings. San Francisco's numbers against lefties lately not very good in that park down there that we never like to target for offense anyway. And Framber Valdez in a matchup against the Royals, who we were talking about before we came on, they just aren't playing well at all in any aspect of the game. Pitching, hitting, defense, it's been really, really bad. They do have some guys who are interesting on that team, Bobby Witt Jr. and things like that. But I think this is a good matchup here for Framber as well.
Framber. Hey, guys, way down low today that we can look at. I mean, there's some dumpster fires too. Plesac, Dean Kramer's coming back up to the bigs. Corbin, Housley. I mean, how far down can we go today?
I mean, Kyle Gibson, I didn't mention at 7K. In a matchup against the Angels, who have just been swinging and missing in absolutely everything over the course of last week. I kind of thought it might be more of a product of the Yankees staff, but they've been doing the same thing against Zach Eflin and against Zach Wheeler. Gibson is not as good as those guys, but at 7K, it's a price point that I think you can take a shot at. I don't really want to get involved in trying to guess if Patrick Corbin is going to have one of his 3 good games of the season today in a game with a high total in a park that we always target for offense. Luis Castillo is coming off an absolute, just amazing, dominant performance against the Red Sox. He gets a Washington team here that I think is a little bit beatable, but again, I worry about the park. And then Plesac has just been so bad. And the Orioles look like that rebuild has entered the next phase to where they're not just a team that you can enjoy playing in DFS from time to time. It looks like that talent is starting to mature and come around. So the price point there on him, though, 5K flat, if you're playing multiple lineups, it's probably not somewhere I'm going to go in 20 lineups, but it's possible that he could put up a good game, more so, I think, than a guy like Corbin.
Okay. Tony, you get a chance to check this out here. Any thoughts on JT right here, and any thoughts on the starting pitching today as we go up and down? It's looking, if you want to play it really, really safe, there's some really, really nice options.
Yeah, I'm happy he's on Giolito because I like Tampa at times, but I love this park for pitching, obviously. I think Giolito matches up perfect. Just looking at the lineup, I mean, this is not a lineup I'm going to be scared of with Giolito. It looks like a perfect matchup, like JT said. So, up top, I'm for sure on him. Gaussman, yeah, I mean, you have to be on him too, just looking at the spot. You look at this Minnesota lineup, I mean, there's just not much there. Buxton hasn't been good lately, but he's not in the lineup. I mean, my boy Polanco is the only guy I'm really all that worried about in that spot. So, have to like him too. Those would be my 2 at the top. I mean, Gallen, I keep like playing him, and he feels like he's played good. But then you just don't see that much upside. So I don't know if I could play him over Gaussman and Giolito. Lauer is similar. I mean, he's been way better than I thought he would be this year, but I'm not going to play him over Gaussman and Giolito. So I've been trying to simplify baseball this year, not overthinking it, not playing too many pitchers and stacks. It's worked for me. So the 2 guys at the top for sure are Gaussman and Giolito for me. Gibson's interesting though in that mid-range, like JT said. I think we could see Trout out of the lineup today too. He's been ice cold. It's a Sunday. Maybe they give him a day off to clear his head a little bit. even if he's in a huge slump anyways. And I don't know, Gibson just looks like a good spot to me today at 7K, a good floor type play to put with one of those studs. Castillo, I was on him last start when he was 3% owned and just smashed Boston. Today they got a terrible ump though. This whatever the hell he is. I don't like Castillo as much when he gets a bad ump, more than most. I don't weigh it like a lot of other people do. I don't really concern myself all that much, but he needs that control. When he starts like painting the corners and stuff, he needs to get some of those. So that worries me a little bit. And it's great hitting conditions here in Cincinnati too. So a little worried about him. The guy I wanted to play, and I always like to look at the matchups before the prices, super annoyed by the pricing, is Junis. Like, I like Jacob Junis a lot in this spot, but man, 8,500, they're doing us no favors with the pricing. It is. I wanted to see like 6,500 for him or 6K for him, and I would have loved the matchup. So I don't know, maybe he's cheaper on FanDuel. I haven't looked at the FanDuel pricing. Maybe I could play him on there or something, but I do like the spot for him though in Miami against that lineup. I think is a good spot. I actually like Plesac at 5K against Baltimore. I haven't looked. Baltimore's been pretty good all year, but man, I don't know. 5K, Plesac has put up enough production for me at 5K to get some big stacks. I mean, coming off 5Ks versus KC, I mean, he hasn't shown a crazy ceiling, but for 5K, I mean, he's only had a few just awful starts. Usually when I end up building my teams, I don't need a spin down, so I won't end up playing them usually because I like so many dusty bats at times. But if I needed a cheap guy, I don't have an issue playing Plesac at 5K.
See, I actually kind of liked Baltimore today. I actually like that game for offense.
I mean, whenever it's a cheap pitcher, like you can go both ways. Like there's nothing wrong with building a Plesac team and a Baltimore team.
Yep. No, there's
not
no
even
question.
Really hedging in baseball either. Like it could happen. The dude's 5K. He's freaking Zach Plesac. He's not some stud. If you play him as a pitcher, you're only playing him because of the price. And the matchup could go the other way too, where it's a decent matchup. So I could see going both ways with that.
You're right. I think first time around the order, he might have some trouble. He has in the past. If he can get through that first time in the order, second time actually isn't as bad, which is a little bit surprising there. But both these teams have terrific bullpens. As though the Orioles bullpen's actually really good this year. So that'll be an interesting game there. And we can get to that once we get into our offenses and our stacks. What do we usually do here on Sunday morning, JT? Game by game?
Game by game.
Yeah. The premium show, you just get our stacks and we answer your questions. By the way, for those of you that aren't subscribers, we just had a guy in the chat I was looking at. He goes, Awesemo was my go-to, but then I found you guys, and now you guys are here it is. You guys are really good. Bill Miner used to be I've been an Awesemo follower. You guys have become my new go-to. Thanks. Well, you're welcome, first of all. Second of all, if you have not signed up for the site, go to Run Pure Sports right now. I don't know if we have any promo codes that work. Every time we have a promo code, Hoop comes on and says it's expiring, but then it kind of stays alive. So we'll figure out if we got a promo code for you, but runpuresports.com, add the bet side. Holy shamoly. I'm doing the bets show with JJ and Joey Work after this. JJ, his free plays was like 9-0. Joey's picking up steam again. He's on fire. So the bet side, and there's a lot of correlation there. I told the guys on the bet side, you guys should start playing DFS because you know the game. And I say the same thing for the DFS guys. You know the game. You know the numbers. It's the same damn thing. You plug it in. Obviously, the process is a little bit different. There's nuances to it, but I highly recommend you get the bet side too. Get bets. You can add that on. And we're going for 250 likes today. So let's go. 109 likes, 294 watching. We got to get this tweet out. Mangone's. We can't even blame Mangone anymore, Tony. It's not even Mangone's fault. It's come on. Who's running this thing? Who am I calling out on the air? Because we need a tweet to let people know that the big dog is on with JT Hayes today.
It is very hurtful that there's no tweet out about it. I will agree with you, Holden.
You should agree. Thank you very much. All right, let's go. We'll get into these games here. There's obviously going to be some that we want to just throw away, but JT, we were just talking about Cleveland, Baltimore. Again, I like these bats early on. I don't love what's going on facing the bullpens. Maybe you got a different take. You probably got a better take. What's up?
No, I like this game a little bit. I think, and someone in chat, I think it was K. Philippe Berner, was saying that Saber keeps giving him Plesac. And you look at Saber two ways. One, on the one hand, when you're building teams, you're like, is it giving me this because of a leverage play, right? Is it giving me this? Well, I don't think the Orioles are going to be highly owned. So if it's giving you Plesac, I mean, I agree with what Big T said. When I looked at the price, I was like, As much as I like Baltimore, that's a price that I think for him, he could probably do well. And I like that, expected value of 5K, so to speak, in the matchup. So, but you have to like Cleveland here against Dean Kramer. You're right. The Orioles bullpen has been better, but you're going to get at least 3-4 innings maybe of Dean Kramer, and that might be enough here. It's one of the higher totals on the slate. It's kind of a weird slate that way. It is showing money on the over here. So have to expect that some runs are going to be scored here. And even if the Orioles score 4 or 5 runs, I mean, even at 5K, I think that Plesac could get you to 15, 16 points. And the other thing I'll note today, and I've been seeing this most days too, but the projections for all the pitchers, no matter where you look, they're all below 20 points today. Now, that doesn't mean they're all going to score below 20 points.
Too?
Gausman is at like 1991. I don't know what I haven't looked at our projections here yet, but one of the things that suggests is I'm a little bit less worried about forcing in 2 of those higher priced pitchers, right? Because I can probably make up the difference if I get the right stack in there.
Tony, you want anything to do with this Orioles Guardians play?
Yeah, I mean, I like the Indians a little bit. I haven't seen a lineup yet. We don't have a lineup.
They're not out yet.
I always worry a little bit on Sundays about lineups. It's one of the few days where you need to keep your eye open because you do see some random stuff on Sundays. But assuming Jose Ramirez is in there, assuming it's a normal lineup, I do like the Indians a little bit against Kramer. I know we picked on him a bunch last year. I will definitely be on Cleveland. I don't think I'll play any Baltimore outside of fillers just because I'll play a little Plesac, like I said, but I could see a mini stack with Baltimore. A few of those guys I like, but
okay,
not like a ton of interest in this game though.
This Ramirez is so good. 30 walks, 15 strikeouts, and a 1046 OPS. The dude he plays at Cleveland. No one talks about him, but if he's playing in a bigger market, he's a super duper star. Like everybody talks about him.
Freaking done the people right and kept Lindor and Ramirez together because they're both just so freaking good. It's annoying that they broke them up.
Yeah, they break everybody up. They don't pay. All right, so we're still waiting on the lineup there. We're still waiting on the Angels Phillies lineup. Tony, I think Trout will be in there today just because he's from there. But you know what? You could be right. He's 0 for what? Like 23?
He's 0 for the week, I think. Yeah.
They've lost 10 straight. Like they might want to go out there and win a game before getting off this trip.
This has always been my issue with Trout. And like, it is what it is. He's a great player. But man, the dude just never leads the wins. They've had decent enough guys. He's never made the playoffs, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't think so.
Doesn't do enough to win games.
All right, we got our tweet up, so let me go get that.
The other thing with the Angels is they're in Philly, right? They get there the first day, they see Joe Girardi gets fired, and maybe these guys are like, "Hey, if we suck bad enough, we can get rid of Joe Madden."
That's the truth, dude. What is that tweet? Who sent that tweet?
What?
I don't know.
Ours?
Tweet you said that tweet looks terrible.
Yeah, I just threw our names out. Just
was that you that sent that?
No, I just threw Big T and JT.
Tweet?
Yeah, I just said Big T and JT Hayes giving us winners. I mean, listen,
it's winners now,
huh?
Now, winners
now, 30 minutes into the show, giving winners. It's all right. JSU just wouldn't shut up this morning. So the NBA game, he's like, let me get off for the baseball show. Let me talk 5 more minutes. Let me get off for the baseball show.
The best part was he said, we're going to talk about FanDuel because it's getting in. And then he goes into some other point, like not even about FanDuel.
I know, it was great.
He started like talking about a mid-tier captain or something right after talking about FanDuel.
I love him. I love me some JSU. Oh, God. Let's get into our next game, JT Hayes. Angels, Phillies. We don't have lineups. You want to do anything with this? Sandoval might not be a bad play, but Phillies putting up some runs. I don't know. Talk to me.
nothing here stands out for me. I'll just say that.
All right, Tony.
Yeah, I like Gibson. The Angels have been ice cold. I believe in hot streaks too, so I just can't do the Angels. And the Phillies, my two favorite guys, obviously, Schwarber and Harper, both lefty against Sandoval, who's been pretty good. I mean, so I'm just no way I'm playing this game.
What you eating, buddy?
Ice. You caught me in a quick minute. I tried to sneak a little drink in, and then I got caught.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could give me like a signal, and I still wouldn't see it because I don't notice when people are on the screen, so it really doesn't matter.
All good, Holden.
Yeah.
I battled through with some ice.
I know you do. You got to battle through working with me, but that's okay. You do it. And I appreciate it, and I applaud you for doing so. Arizona, Pittsburgh. I know JJ likes some runs in this game, which is interesting, but JJ's been hot. Maybe he likes the Arizona side a whole bunch. JT, can we use some Arizona bats? I don't even want to mess with Pittsburgh.
You can use some Arizona bats. Gallon, the price point, like he's been, and Big T talked about it, right? He's been a really good real life pitcher with decent enough strikeouts that, even in the two starts ago against Chicago, I think in Wrigley, he got dinged up a little, but he still ended up with 17. I don't feel the need to pay his price on this slate in this matchup. He could be great, but there's some things there with him in terms of batted balls and play average against that suggest that he should normalize here in a little bit from that outstanding start to the season. So I think I'm going to be off of him today.
None. Do you want to even mess with this game, Tony? It's not a great hitting environment.
I mean, the one thing I do for sure in baseball is I don't play parks I don't like, and I hate this Pittsburgh park, so definitely won't be on this. I'm interested, right back though. Dunkel's been hot. He likes runs, so I mean, I like, in theory, say this game was in Arizona, I would like this spot for Arizona. All these lefties against Thompson. I like the lineup a lot. I just hate the park. Like, I just don't stack that often in these shitty parks, and I don't know. I won't be on this game.
All right. We got tennis chat going on here. I mean, come on, guys. Settle down. This is the baseball show. The lady
on finals of the French.
Yeah, it is. The lady I'm seeing hates watching Nadal, though. She's like, he always plays with his penis.
Who's he against in the finals?
Oh, some guy with a European name. I don't know. JT Hayes, you got any insight on tennis today? Exactly. No. Yeah. I used to love tennis. It used to be my favorite sport when I was little. Do you like the environment with Minnesota and Toronto, Tony? Let's start with you on this game then. We got Gosman. You don't want to fuck with him, but Smeltzer's actually been pitching well too. Is there any way to attack Minnesota-Toronto? Yeah,
I mean, Toronto's been quietly one of the hotter teams in baseball. You got a good hitting environment. Smeltzer, I mean, I'm not a believer in the old Smeltzer. So, yeah, I'm going to have some interest in Toronto for sure. The hard part with Toronto is where do we go besides these top guys? I mean, obviously the top couple guys are great plays. Jansen is 4,600 as a catcher. Kirk's in the 5-hole. I mean, how do we construct a stack? I mean, I don't even mind Gurriel down there in the 8-hole too. For like, if you play Gurriel, Jansen 8-9, like no one's going to play Jansen when you can play Kirk in the 5-hole for 400 cheaper. So naturally you're going to be low owned. And these are the stacks that I've been printing on all year. Like, people will play Toronto today. They'll be chalky, but in your stack, you can just get different by right there alone. Like, I can play 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, and it will be a unique stack, or you could put Teoscar in there ahead of one of those three. Basically, though, you're going to be unique for sure by playing Gurriel and Jansen at the bottom, or Espinal if you wanted to put him in there too. It's just a unique stack in a great spot, and I love it. I think they score runs. They've looked good at the plate this week. They're starting to get hot. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of an explosion today against this Minnesota team. And I talked about Polanco against Gaussman, but I do really like putting him in your Toronto stacks, where that will get you even more unique. Everyone that stacks Toronto isn't going to play Polanco. Tough matchup versus Gaussman. Gaussman might be the best pitcher on the slate. I sometimes like playing one-offs against the best pitcher, especially when it's a guy I love against right-handed pitching, Polanco. And Toronto doesn't have a second baseman eligible besides Espinal, who I obviously don't need in my stack. So I feel good about this game. Heavy on Toronto. Polanco is a one-off.
Dude, I've been waiting to see both catchers in the lineup at the same time because they've been Kirk and Jansen. Who the hell is playing Kirk and Jansen today? Both these guys are mashing. Their catchers are just mashing.
Kirk's been crushing. That's what I mean. Like,
I know.
Everyone's going to play Kirk. If you stack Toronto, they will play Kirk. So if you pivot to Jansen, you are just and it correlates just fine. Like, sure, you're up 4 spots in the freaking line. Who cares in a 1-game sample? It doesn't matter anyways. Whoever hits the bomb, it gives you the leverage anyway. So I love the Jansen play today, like a ton. And on FanDuel, you could be different. Play them both on a team. They're both on fire, like Holden just said. Play them both, and then you can play whatever 2 studs with them, Springer and Vlad, Bichette and Vlad. Like, it's such a good opportunity on FanDuel.
Hey, JT Hayes, let's get to here on the Blue Jays. I can't imagine you're going to play any Twins today, but what do you think? I mean, we got a power up top. We got power down below. It's a nice little lineup for the Blue Jays. What do you want to do here?
I've played the Blue Jays every single day this week. And it hurt me because I went all in on them on Friday against Chichi Gonzalez.
I know.
They pulled him after like 3 innings. But then they came back yesterday and scored 12 runs. And remember, same thing applies that I talked about on Friday night is they're missing 3 of their more important relievers. So they got wiped out yesterday in terms of just wrecked. And I think you can even go 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, Chapman hasn't been doing a lot, but he's always been much, much better against left-handed pitching. Smeltzer, soft tosser. Yeah, he's been okay. But on the season, on this slate, he has the lowest batted balls in play average against. So something's got to give here, and you got all this power in Toronto. I like this game. I like this team a lot. And you mentioned it. They've been absolutely on fire. They got, I think, an ISO above 250 over the last 12 days. They're starting to get hot at the right time.
Bart, we all know Holden's play of the day is Donnie Johnson. I mean, he's only cleaned up for us every time I've given it. I'm not going to give you Danny Jansen today. It's not happening. There's no Danny Jansen. I love Danny Jansen, but not for a play of the day. Well, what's so funny, JT Hayes?
I just love you. I just love the way that you engage with the people that are watching this. I love the way that you try and
keep it coming.
That's all.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming. I appreciate it. We're looking for 250 likes. We got our boys here today. Big T, JT Hayes, giving you all the winners. It's just wonderful. We will continue on here. Ron Reese. Oh man, Ron, it's good to see old people like myself in the chat here. He calls his wife as Hoochie Mama. I mean, seriously, nobody under the age of 40 has heard of the term for Hoochie Mama.
Not to her face.
Yeah,
not to her face.
Oh, shit. Guaranteed Ron Reese has never called his wife as Hoochie Mama. No.
It doesn't usually work out well.
No, it doesn't. And that workbench will be burned to the ground. Like button, please. I mean, she'll be throwing some goddamn gas and some fire. It'd be great. 250 likes, what we're going for. That's wonderful. Would love that. And let's, you love my Musk. K Fleek's burner. You make me uncomfortable, man. If you worked here, we'd take you to HR, but we don't have one, so you'd be fine. The next one. That is, I got to go to Tony one more time first here, JT, because it's Washington, Cincinnati, and as he says, the great American small park. Are we rolling against Patrick Corbin today, or do we look elsewhere, Tony?
I mean, the dude just keeps giving up bombs. Where's he at? I want to pull him up real quick. Let me.
I mean, by the way, he's the 3rd lowest priced pitcher, a starting pitcher at 5.2. Last start, he gave up 7 runs and 4 1/3 to the Mets.
Before that, 3, 5,
5.
He's given up 6 bombs in the last 4 games. I mean, the dude just continues to get shellacked. The weather here is hot. The park's great. I don't see how you wouldn't be on. And on top of it, you get, in my consideration, the nut lineup against them. You get all these lefty mashers. Senzel, Drury, Pham, right out of the gate are all guys I consider lefty mashers. Stevenson's a good catcher against lefties. Farmer, Almora, Aquina, who I hate, but his 2K and the 8-hole, he's considered way better against lefties too. Matt Reynolds is decent again. I think this Reds lineup is the stone nuts against lefties. By stone nut, I mean by the prices and stuff too, where, I mean, obviously I don't think the Reds are amazing, but this spot is amazing and I love it. I mean, Votto lefty is even a good play. So 3,300, love it completely. And the Washington side, I don't like as much. Soto coming off a double dong. Castillo's good against lefties though. So a lot of people on the surface will look at Soto. It's that pitch he's got. JT knows way more about pitching, so he can probably talk about why Castillo's better against lefties. But that really hurts. That's why I wanted Castillo without the ump effect, because I like how Castillo profiles against this lineup where Soto's their big bopper, and I'm not worried about Soto against Castillo. So tell me why I'm right or wrong, JT.
No, I think the price point for Castillo, you know, after seeing him get right in that game against Boston's offense much more talented than Washington's, although Washington, the thing with them is they really just on the season haven't been striking out at all against right-handed pitching. And I've used them against right-handed pitching a bunch of times, but you know, I don't love the spot for Washington. I think you're going to see the I guess chalk build, more popular build is going to be two of these expensive pitchers. Let's say Gausman, Gio, and 5 Reds, and you can get that easily. You mentioned Aquino is 2K. Can't argue with the numbers here in terms of what some of these guys do though against left-handed pitching, and add in the fact that it's Patrick Corbin. I mean, it's really hard to, like I said earlier when we were talking about pitching, you see the price on him, you see how terrible he's been, and you're like, all right, he's got to be better than this, right? I just don't think he is.
I don't think he is either.
You know what else I like? Did you mention Tyler Stevenson? I kind of like Tyler Stevenson today too. You mentioned him, and then
I don't know if I mentioned him, but you're right. Yes.
Is anybody going to be on Tommy Pham at 5,400?
I was just going to say, as JT said with the two, I think the two best plays by a mile are Drury and Pham right out of the gate over 5K. Drury has been quietly like incredible this year, and against lefties he's always been better. Like I think Drury's like, he's eligible at 2 positions too. Like I think Drury's like maybe the best play of the slate.
Wow. All right, we got a little Brandon Drury.
Drury was on the Mets, I think, last year, and he was on the Mets for like a month, but he started one game against like, I don't know if it was Robbie Ray or a better left-handed pitcher. And I'm like, I'm playing him.
Yeah.
And sure enough, first at bat, he's hitting like 7. Boom, dong. I mean, that's what he does against left-handed pitching.
Even because who did he play before? Like I forget, it was Arizona or Toronto or
Arizona.
He's always been
for a while.
Lefty masher.
Yeah. Colorado for a bit.
Yeah.
You're on Farmer quite a bit too. So, and Farmer,
this Reds lineup's the nut to me versus a guy like Corbin in this park. I have a hard time seeing them not score runs, and they're going to be chalky. So again, I'm not saying anything that people worry too much about chalk. I've been giving this speech on all the baseball shows I've been on. You'll hear it in every Discord, even if you're not in the Run Pure one. Oh, the chalk. Who's the chalk? The Reds. Get different. Play some. Don't play Senzel. Play Drury, Pham, Votto, lefty. If you don't play Senzel in the 1 hole, you're already getting a little different because everyone that plays the Reds is playing Senzel. He's 2,400 in the 1 hole. Play Aquino over Senzel with the other 2. You're different. Promise.
Yeah, no question.
One question I have for you, because I haven't been following the Reds all that closely here. Is this a situation where once Corbin is out of the game, are any of these guys or a bunch of these guys I know Stevenson's not, but which ones, Aquino probably, are the ones that you worry about getting pulled for a pinch hitter?
I think Aquino would be the only one, honestly. Like the rest of them have been playing. I mean, yesterday they faced a righty and it was basically the same lineup besides Aquino. I think we're safe outside of him. And I mean, with him, you're always in jeopardy of a pinch hitter once they get in the bullpens. But I mean, even him, 2K. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about it. More comfortable than I was in years past.
Yeah, I'm just looking at our cores right now. Draft Cheat has his up. Uncle T has his up. There's a lot of Reds love today. Just so you know, a lot of Reds love.
They are going to be chalky for sure, but for good reason. And again, just don't overthink it. Find a low and play somewhere else.
I mean, if everybody's worried about Aquino at 2K, fine. The dude has power. It takes him one swing to pay off.
Much better versus lefties. Too.
Yeah, I don't mind that Aquino play at all. Like button to be great. We're about 75 away from where we need to be. 250 on this beautiful Sunday morning. At least here in Denver it is. I don't know how it is with you guys. I'm going back up to the mountains today. We're supposed to snow. So that's going to be a good time. I love it though. I love it. You lived here a long time, Tony. I'm going up to the St. Mary's Glacier today. Little hike.
Pretty interesting stuff you're talking about here.
Thank you. You are just trying to get back at me for saying that your stories suck all the time. And I know
there was some truth to it too, though.
Yeah, that's true. It wasn't my greatest story, JT Hayes.
I was trying to get back at you though.
Yeah, you know what? It wasn't very tough. That was one of the shittiest stories I've ever told on RPS.
St. Mary's Glacier. I mean, I'm rigid right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're a devout St. Mary's person, so I know how it goes. White Sox and Tampa Bay. Tony, you're off of this because it's in Tampa Bay. If you got a one-off, fine. But JT Hayes,
especially
anything
with these two pitchers going on top of it.
That. JT, can we get crazy? Is there going to be some zaniness in this game?
Man, I usually like to target Yarbrough, but the White Sox have been striking out at a rate of 33% against lefties, so it was pretty.
Fucking Simon.
There you go.
It's in the back. He's producing us, and even he said it was a pretty shitty story. So.
Yeah.
God.
That's right. JT, are we done?
Yeah, I like Gio.
Yeah. You like Gio. Yeah. The bats.
Mendick in the one hole is rough too.
Yeah.
Who is?
Mendick.
Oh God.
You've been doing a little bit. Bill Miner, that's almost as good a story as I took. My son lives in Denver. Now, Bill, you just said you liked us and you're a big fan of ours, but you just topped my story.
Yeah, you got to give it back to him when he said that.
Yeah.
My son lives in Denver. Yeah, my mom lives in Denver.
All right, three more games to go.
Graves wants to hear more. He says he's intrigued.
We'll do that. So a guy at the top said, I want to hear a 10-minute podcast with Holden asking Gary about his day. First of all, that wouldn't last 10 minutes, but second of all, that would be great for that podcast. It would be absolutely amazing. I miss you, Gary. I miss you. San Francisco, Miami, again, you got nothing here, Tony. You don't like the ballpark, right?
I was laughing when I just was looking through the slate real quick before this, and I saw my boy Wilmer at 5,700. What have I missed? Did he turn into a? Does he smash both sides now? Like
he's hitting a lefty.
5,700.
He's got a lefty.
He's facing a lefty. I mean,
50s. I didn't even notice. I didn't even look at the
tough
game.
For my boy. They finally give the respect where it's due, though.
Holy
the true
moly.
lefty masher at 5,700.
Oh my God.
But no, I'm not playing.
No. JT?
I mean, you got like Boynton's boy, Steve Boynton's guy, Evan Longoria. He's actually been silently mashing. And it started the day after, or the day when Boynton in Discord said, "Oh, I'm not playing a Dusty Longoria." He went out and hit 2 home runs. So,
and then he won $30,000. So I mean, we can't rip Stevie too hard.
I'm just ripping him for not liking Evan Longoria, and then
okay,
going on a
I feel like he gets like a dispensation.
How come you
winning.
you suck his freaking ball sack about 37, and I win like 80, and I can't ever get a congrats?
Because you are on a curve.
Bullshit.
You were in a DK commercial.
I'm not good enough to win 6
figures. I gave you
congratulations
for 80K when you didn't even deserve it because you've been shaming me about it. I mean, shit, you
didn't mean it. I can tell you didn't mean it.
I still gave you congratulations. You were 20K. I meant it. I was like, you know what? This guy, he needs some love. He's obviously got bad self-esteem today. Let's pump it up a little bit. Let's pump it up. Why is Mauricio Dubon hitting second for Houston today?
Dubon is another one of these guys that guys like Gabe Kapler love. He hits lefties quite well. So there you go.
We like Dubon today. We're at Houston, QC.
Though, huh? But, yeah, Garrett's lefty.
He is?
Yeah.
Is Heasley's a lefty? It says righty.
Not Heasley, Garrett.
Oh.
Heasley's pitching for Kansas City.
Dubon is hitting second for Houston, buddy.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
Don't worry about it. We remember Mauricio in San Francisco.
Holden did kind of transition into it.
We
were talking. I got JT's back here for you, Holden. We were talking about San Francisco. Dubon has killed lefties, and you just transitioned to a different team. So I got JT's back there.
Hold on a second. What do you mean a different team? We were going from San Francisco to Miami.
Has played for San Francisco, so I could see the confusion.
Oh, well, I wasn't ripping him for it. I was trying to cover it up, and now you made it into a spectacle, and everybody in the chat's going to know.
I was getting his back. What do you mean?
Yeah. Again, we could have just moved on, but you decided to stop, and now JT is blushing, and his bald head is sweating. It's disgusting.
I'm not. I'm annoyed with you now. I mean,
you're the third person to say that to me today. I've only talked to 3 people.
It's like not even 10 o'clock in Denver.
It isn't 10 o'clock out here. You're right. But I'm going hiking today, so I'm in a good mood. It's going to be great going up to St. Mary's Glacier.
St. Mary's Glacier.
I will tell you what. I am going to be so distraught later on when I get the breaking news that there's a search underway at St. Mary's Glacier.
At St. Mary's Glacier.
A hiker.
Bill, give me your son's number. I'll call him up since he lives here. We'll have a big RPS party today at the top of St. Mary's Glacier. Yeah, you guys are completely slacking on the likes. 12 to 200, and then we need another 50. So that's 62 more likes before all of you just end up losing all of your money today. Now, if you get to 250, then you're going to win all your money. So this is just how it works.
Very simple.
This is the law of averages for RPS. Okay, get it together. JT Hayes, Houston and Kansas City. Mauricio Dubon hitting second today for the Astros, as you said.
Yeah, I really like the Astros here. I know this isn't a park that's a great park, but it is a little bit warmer today. A little bit of a wind blowing out. And John Heasley has been, one of the worst pitchers in baseball so far this season. Young kid trying to get it together. And I think that the Astros are going to make it tough for him to do that today. So I like them. I don't love the price on Framber Valdez as much as some of these other guys. So I might have some. I think it's a great matchup. Kansas City, like we talked about, not doing anything well. And then once the Astros get past Heasley, Kansas City, just an absolutely awful bullpen. So I think it sets up well for the Astros to potentially, I guess after somewhat of a letdown yesterday, get back to where they were on Friday, where they scored 10 runs.
All right, Tony, anything here?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't play in this park. My favorite thing in baseball, honestly, is when these bigger offenses with high totals go to the bad parks, because people still play them the same way, and I just never play them. I was off at Houston yesterday, which is why it was a good one. I just think I'm just not playing Houston as a chalky team in this park when I can play Toronto and Cincy, and I just don't mind fading it. Yeah, is it risky? I mean, this lineup, again, if it was in a good park or in this matchup, I would pound this spot. Just one of the things I believe in baseball. And yeah, I'll be fading it for sure.
Okay. Last game to get to. I'll give you some of this one, Tony. San Diego, Milwaukee, another one. Lauer, Clevenger's coming off the IL. Lauer's really good. Why? What can you find? Platoon?
Clevenger's interesting because does he just keep getting hurt or what? Like he had a good start. When was it? Oh, the 17th. He went 5 innings, 5 Ks. Looked pretty good to me versus Philly. I remember watching that game. And then he got hurt again or something. Holden,
yeah.
What did he just keeps getting hurt.
He getting hurt. He can't stay healthy.
The Indians, right? That was really good.
He was terrific a couple of years, but then he got hurt.
And I don't like this Milwaukee lineup. Lauer's been good, so I'm not going to play the San Diego lineup either. So, this game is pretty easy for me. I like the pitching. I don't know if I'll use them DFS-wise, but I'm not going to play hitters in this game.
JT Hayes.
Yeah, Clevenger last pitched May 17th. He had a tricep injury. So I don't know what to expect from him. And at that price point, I'm just not going to take that risk on him. Lauer, maybe a little bit of interest just because he's going to be lower owned than all these other guys, but just a couple of shares.
All right, we got the Indians line or the Guardians lineup. Straw, Rosario, Jose Ramirez is in there. Owen Miller, Jimenez, Gonzalez, Palacios, Male, and Kwan. Now, I don't love that lineup, but I still think a quadruple A lineup from 6 to 9 can get it done against Kramer. Any thoughts on the lineup here, guys, for Cleveland?
Yeah, I mean, about what I expected.
Yeah, it's what you expected on a Sunday. Okay, very good.
I mean, who's out? Is Naylor out?
Yeah,
he's out. He's out.
That's kind of.
All right.
I mean, versus a bad righty, the first two things I look for are Ramirez and Naylor, and it's annoying that he's out for sure.
It is. Okay, let's get to a stack or two that we like today.
I think someone wanted us to talk about the FanDuel too. I remember seeing it just because it's got the Coors game in it.
Okay. 211. They got the Coors game on FanDuel. I mean, my.
Well, they got Texas too. I don't think we're going to allow. Kirby's actually pitching in the Texas side.
All right. Well, why don't you give us a little FanDuel?
Kirby's been our boy. I think Kirby's like really good. I didn't realize he was on the FanDuel slate at 8K. I haven't looked a ton at FanDuel, but how much are our other pitchers?
JT, have you bothered looking at it?
I'm saying going to look at it now. I mean, he's pitched to this price, but you do have a 10K Martin Perez on FanDuel, and then Morton, Feltner. I mean, Morton doesn't look right. I'm not playing. I wouldn't be playing him in this spot.
Who in the world is Feltner?
Randy Feltner.
He's a rookie.
Ryan Feltner. He's good.
Yeah, he's a rookie who's actually been pretty good. He just had a really good start. It was against the Marlins though, but it was in Coors. Yeah, so I guess if you're going to look, I mean, the Rockies have been so bad though, but so is Charlie Morton.
I'm just wondering if there's any way the Rockies end up getting swept by the Braves now. I mean, it's been a bad look. Neither team has been great offensively through this series. Today it's going to be hot. It's going to be in the 80s. It's going to be nice and warm. I think things might and here's the other thing about Feltner, JT, just watch this. This is more the eye test thing, is low 90s stuff. He could throw a couple of pitches for strikes, probably should be in the bullpen on a good team. So, but we'll see. Atlanta has not been swinging the bat very well.
Well, they scored 13 runs on Friday.
Right.
And yesterday they didn't do a whole hell of a lot against Freeland, which was a bit of a surprise. But
Freeland is my boy. I think he's the guy I'm farthest on the other side of everybody. Everyone thinks he's awful, and I think he's good for some reason.
I don't think he's I don't think he's good.
I use that term loosely.
I think let's put it this way. If you're comparing him to some of these other lefties like Corbin and Smeltzer or whatever, he's the one that's more capable on a more consistent basis of actually having some decent games. And I think the same day you played him, I played him against Washington.
Yeah, we played him that day.
For that reason, because he had been good. And everyone's like, no, you can't play him. But then he goes out and he's always like 3% owned. Last night I think he probably was points per dollar the best pitcher on that slate. I don't think anybody played him.
I just don't feel like he ever even in that game we played him, he was not good, but he still didn't get hit hard.
No, he got hurt. It was a weird injury, so he came out a little earlier than he would have. Otherwise, if he got to 10 at that price on that slate, would have been fine with it. But Holden, to finish up on this, I don't see much that I would love out of the Texas-Seattle game. And then Coors is Coors. I think this is a spot where you can take some shots against Morton here with the Rockies.
Okay. Feltner, I hardly know her. Feltner from Cranston? No, that's Felcher. Rita Felcher from Cranston. Okay. That's who it was. And nice pull, guys. You guys are good. Anytime we could bring some Dumb and Dumber up, I'm all for it. 217. We're not getting
very hurtful.
250. JT, just threaten them, and then we'll do what we got to do. We'll get the plays.
3 minutes. Let's give it 3 minutes. It's 180 seconds.
Okay.
And if you get a like every 2 seconds, you get there in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah. I think what's more valuable, a play of the day or stacks? That's my question for you.
I think they already know our stacks.
Stacks, right?
I mean, they already know who we're on for stacks.
So the plays of the day is the one. All right. Hey,
just in case you took a quick nap, we just talked about every game on the slate.
We did, but did they really? I mean, I don't remember.
I only talked about liking 2 stacks, so I think they know my stacks.
All right,
We're
the
playing
Reds
fucking teams
and the Blue Jays. Reds and the Blue Jays with a Mauricio Dubon one-off today.
I'm playing a little bit of the Astros, but yes, I mean,
you want some Mauricio Dubon?
I want Yordan Alvarez in this match.
He's better. You think he's better? Okay. Well, you'll get my play of the day then, but you're not going to get Tony's or JT Hayes play of the day until you get that up to 250. The only thing is, I mean, what do I really want to do? Do I want to go Mauricio Dubon today? That's the question. That's the true. Could I piggyback off of Big T and pick a red? Yes, I could. Could I go with Danny Jansen? Yes. You know what? Screw it. Let's go with Donnie Johnson. Danny's gonna. Yeah, I know I said I wasn't gonna give him, but he's the go-to every Sunday. It works.
The best part was I knew you were gonna go with him.
You knew I was gonna go back to him.
I mean, you do it every week.
Yeah, I do. I just love him, and every weekend he hits home runs. He's terrific. Even hey, by the way, where's DC? He told me not to play Nick Maton, and Nick Maton he paid off on a Friday night. Is all I can say. All right, DC, you might be on a roll.
Nick Maton too, so.
Yeah,
it was hurtful. Yeah,
that dude, that DC's been on fire, but don't you ever Nick Maton my ass again. All right, JT Hayes. You know, we always threaten people, but it seems like we don't come through. So you might as well just give the play. You know, we don't care. No, we'll get 250 by the time show's over.
You think so?
Yeah, I know we will. Just go for it, even if we're off the air.
You mentioned DC, my guy DC.
Mm-hmm.
Love him.
Yeah.
The last time that I felt pretty strongly about this guy, DC had to shave his fucking head. Matt Chapman.
Ooh. Okay. Did he shave his head?
He did.
He still owes Big T a foot massage, but I don't think that's ever going down. He talks about it all the time, though, Tony.
I don't think I can let him do it. I mean,
yeah, I don't blame you.
I don't need DC touching my feet.
No, he wants to, though. That's the whole thing. He wants to. All right, we're where we need to be. Who's the play here? Where are we going?
For
Tony.
Me,
Yeah, you.
Let me find a good one.
Okay.
First of all, just a totally random. I still like Jacob Junis. 8,500. It's just a pure feel play. The price is expensive. I just feel like he mows today, so that's not going to be my play of the day. But I just wanted to throw that out there because if you're playing 4 or 5 teams, put him on a team, and I don't know. I just feel good about him. Play of the day, though, should I give one with Toronto just to match up with my man JT, or should I give a Reds guy? Actually, my favorite play of the day is going to be Drury at 5K. I freaking love him. He might get a little ownership, but he's not going to be as high owned as he should be because he's 5K, and people are just going to not spend up for the Reds guys as much when you can play some of these cheaper dudes. So I don't know. Drury's my favorite play of the day, so I'll give him as my play of the day.
I mean, is Tommy Pham going to be the lowest owned Red today just because he's 5,400?
I mean, both of them are going to get some ownership.
It's fine.
But they're not going to be as high owned as they should be for being lefty mashers in this park versus Corbin at the top of this lineup. So no matter what, they're not going to be as high owned as they should be. Senzel, however, I think Senzel is the best fade from the Red. Now, I'm not going to fade him completely because I love the Red. Why would I do that? But I do think if I was playing one team, Senzel would be my fade from the Reds, just because of the ownership.
Senzel the fade. Okay.
And just one note on the Angels. They placed Taylor Ward on the IL and recalled Joe Adell, so that lineup's going to be that much weaker.
Okay.
Trout was in there. Oh, here's the lineup, actually.
It came out. Here we go.
I mean, it looks pretty normal. Besides, obviously, Ward. Adele in the 5-hole at 2,400.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We know where we're going then. We know where we're going. We got our plays of the day. Want to remind everybody, thumbs up on the way out. Let's get 250. You get the big dogs on the show today. That's wonderful. If you haven't signed up for Run Pure Sports, just check it out. Just go to the site, runpuresports.com, and you'll see what we're all about. We got premium shows behind the paywall. We have an Up to Lock show every day for Major League Baseball. We have the Showdown show, which Tony and JSU just threw out there. These two guys have been crushing it in Showdown. So that's a premium show. And the NASCAR show is coming up a little bit later on. Keggers.
Holden, have you seen this second place trophy in tennis? You were talking about tennis making.
What's it look like?
There's this tweet. It legitimately looks like a baking sheet. Like it's like what you'd put a frozen pizza on or something. Like, what is that? I mean, I agree. Second place shouldn't get anything that sweet because it's second place. But a damn baking sheet? I mean,
I don't mess with the French. I don't mess with them. They're on their own planet, man. Very elitist. They like weird shit and they like baking pans. So don't mess with the French people. I'm going over the bet side right now.
Creek or wherever you're going.
Huh?
They don't have those up. Where's the place you're going? Where's it?
St. Mary's Glacier. If you remember.
They don't have those in St. Mary's Glacier.
With Bill Miner's son. I will plant my flag in the glacier. Thank you, David. Okay, Joey Work, JJ, head over to the Bet side. It's a free show. Subscribe to the Bets channel too. Make sure you subscribe to the Run Pure Sports channel too. 9.04 subscribers. What that would be 1,000. Let's try and get to the 10K before football season. I think we'll do it. Hoop will throw a big party on the air for you. All right. For Tony and JT Hayes, Simon behind the scenes, I'm Holden. Whatever. Get us out of here. Come on.